At this point, yeah, I'm convinced that the only manager that their fans don't have a problem with is probably Hansi Flick. And maybe I could be wrong. Maybe it's just because I'm not in a space where I'm aware of what Barcelona fans are saying about their manager. Or because if you ask any fan base in the world, everybody knows what's going on with Arsenal. I don't really know how they feel about Hansi Flick, but as far as I can tell, Barcelona have to be the only fans that are fine with their manager. Because fuck, anything we do, Arteta gets criticized. And it's a case where when everybody knows what you're trying to do and you keep trying to do it over and over again and you're not successful, that's the reason why people that have probably never done it before will believe they have what it takes to tell you how to do that thing simply because you keep failing over and over again. So fair enough. Because the only people, yeah, that have the right to tell a football club's manager how to win the club, how to win anything, are fellow football managers or ex-football managers. You can't be a player, yeah? You can't be an ex-professional player and think you have what it takes to instruct the manager. You can instruct a fellow player, yeah? But you cannot because you've never been a manager. An example, Phil Neville, bro. The one time you tried to be a manager, you failed. So you especially have no right to talk to a manager how to be a manager. You have the right, you can talk to players how to be players, yeah. But like fam, Arteta wins, criticism. Arteta loses, criticism. Arteta draws, criticism. It's just criticism, criticism, criticism. And it's a case where, how about, yeah, you just let him do what he wants to do? Or like, since you lot hate Arsenal, yeah, but then you keep having to say things that Arteta is doing wrong. So that means you want him to do some things right. So that means you don't actually hate Arsenal. That means you're actually an Arsenal fan. Why do you want to see us do the right things? In fact, you should be happy seeing us do the wrong things. But I guess, hey, fair enough. This is the football space and it's all about sharing opinions, and everybody has opinions. The same way when I saw Chelsea at United get that red card and Maresca immediately threw the game away, I had my opinions that probably wasn't the right thing to do. Yeah. So fair enough. Fair enough. So when people see Arteta do what Arteta does against Man City and against Port Vale, I guess they have the right to express their opinions. But in this case, I'm thinking about Arteta, right? Because obviously we're still going to talk about the game. But this is just me generally thinking like, if I could tell Arteta to do one thing and it was as easy as snapping my fingers, it would literally be, bro, let us play the same football we played in 2022, 2023. But guess what? Because we all know that the only thing that made that season, that made us fall off here, aside from getting beat 4-1, but no, bro, Saliba wasn't in that team. All the games, yeah, that traumatized Arteta, Saliba wasn't there. The West Ham, the Southampton, the Man City, the Liverpool, whichever one. So, do you understand? What we had was Rob Holding. So, bro, you literally don't have to change anything. Just play that same way. But this time, guess what? You've got squad depth, so if people get injured, no problem. But could it also be a case where the whole world has adjusted? You would think the whole world has adjusted to how Arsenal play, yeah, but in a way where they won't just let us do the free-flowing football. Well, I believe we're no longer trying to play free-flowing football. Because if you look at the stats of all our games, bro, like all we do is domination. That is the Arteta way. The Arteta way is controlling as much things as possible. But then this is him believing, and if you control as many things as possible, you will win a lot of games. But then what happens when something you can't control happens? For example, that Szoboszlai free kick, you know? Or even the Man City goal we conceded, where I genuinely believe is literally because Saliba wasn't fit that's what happened, you know? So I don't know. Listen, as I've already said, I give her 2 more seasons. And look, for someone to bring us here, I don't think I have the right to criticize him. I can share my opinion. But bro, everything he's done is correct. And if you look at the data, this guy has won the most points. We've just been unlucky. What has just kept on killing Arteta's team is the things you can't control. The things you can't control are the things that have kept on killing Arteta. So is it a case where do you just continue banking on controlling the things you can control and hope that the things you can't control don't happen as much because they are literally, by definition, you can't control them. So how can you prepare for something you can't control? How can you prepare for something you can't control? How can you defend against something you can't control or something you can't even see coming? Because you would think that you have it in you to estimate and predict all the unpredictabilities, right? Because of your experience in football. But like fam, since Bosley scored that free kick against Arsenal, he hasn't scored another one. He literally hasn't scored another free kick since he scored the free kick against Arsenal, bro. So how would you have been able to see that coming? How would you have been able to see that goal coming? So it's just like, but we're not doing too bad. Hey, 10 points out of 5 games, and we've played Liverpool, Man City, Man United. Hey, we're not doing too shabby. Because if we do our best, yeah, to make sure we do not lose, yeah, this Liverpool loss has to be the only loss against fellow big six teams. But if we make sure we do our best to make sure we don't lose against the big six teams, and we dispatch of the smaller teams, every single small team, home and away, with dispatch of them. Hey, you know? And like the game against Portville yesterday, like what I saw was Eze, man. Eze, man. Eze, bro. Eze is really like when we signed Eze, there were some people that were talking about how Eze is immediately our best player. And it's like, bro, here we go again with the eagerness to see Saka dethroned. But it's just like, bro, why can't we just say, yo, we have quality players in our team? We're privileged to have Saka and Eze. They're both their journeys are different. Eze is even older. But guess what? If Eze is 27 and this is him, how will Saka be when he's 27? So this is how I see it. Like our team is literally our team is really so young that it's like, bro, the only way from here is up. Obviously, hopefully injuries don't have an issue, but you could see in Saka's play yesterday, like this is why you can't this is why I'll always say footballers and athletes, bro, they deserve the amount of money that they make, bro. Because look at how can you literally, yeah, you are doing something and that something lands you in the hospital where you break your ankle or you have to go through surgery and then go through rehabilitation to fix your leg, and then you are expected to immediately come on the pitch and do that same thing that got you injured and got you traumatized and do it over again. Nah, that's crazy, man. I have so much respect for athletes, man. I have so much respect for them. I can't even lie, especially with all the scrutiny. Because this is social media. The only way these athletes will not see the stupid shit all of everyone is saying about them on social media is if they don't use social media. But bro, they are also human beings. They're also entitled to enjoy social media, bro. So are you telling me that because an athlete needs to protect his mental health, he doesn't deserve to watch some funny stuff on Twitter or watch some funny stuff on TikTok or watch some, like, they are human beings as well, and a lot of them are young. So let them live, bro. But hey, it will never happen. It's the space we're in, and hey, it's just part of the course, right? Everyone that's becoming a footballer now just knows what it is. So fair enough, man. Fair enough. But hey, overall, the game was just a standard Arsenal game. There's really not much to say about that game, bro. It was just a standard Arsenal. We went there and we got and we won. Like Arteta, this is what Arteta is, and we won in a way where, bro, we won by dominating. We won by making sure the other team did not have a sniff. This is the evolution of Arteta. This is who Arteta is. And you know why? Because he understands that this is the season to do it. And the only way to guarantee it is to dominate. So I mean, we move. We play Newcastle on the weekend. I believe Arteta has something for us, and then all these injuries we keep getting, bro, it's ridiculous now. But hey, the season is still early. There's so much more football to be played. There's so much more football to be played. So yeah, man, nice one. And my player of the match, bro. I loved watching Eze. I loved watching Eze. I loved obviously Mascara. I love Saliba. Um, like Martinelli as well, looking bare sharp. Norgard looking very sharp as well. Ben White looking sharp, bro. Everyone's looking sharp. You understand? So we see what the season brings, man. Listen, I'm still trusting Arteta. No worries, the game is not entertaining. But if you guys' definition of entertaining game is an end-to-end situation where we're almost conceding and we're almost scoring, I would rather pick this boring football where the only thing that looks likely to happen is us scoring and us holding the ball. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And catch you in the next one. Thank you.